ever pondered upon the question, what makes the world function in harmony, despite the myriad of differences among nations? The answer lies in the fascinating realm of international law. So, buckle up as we embark on an enlightening journey to understand the principles of international law. We begin with the most basic principle, the principle of sovereign equality. This principle is the cornerstone of international relations and law. It asserts that all states, regardless of their size or power, are equal under international law. It's like a game of chess where all the players, irrespective of their skill level, start with the same number of pieces. Next, we move on to the principle of non-intervention. This principle holds that no state has the right to intervene in the internal or external affairs of another state. Picture a neighborhood where each house represents a different country. Now, wouldn't it be chaotic if neighbors started barging into each other's homes uninvited? Just as we respect our neighbors' privacy, the principle of non-intervention ensures that nations respect each other's sovereignty. The third principle we explore is the principle of pacifism. This principle advocates for peace and condemns the use of force in international relations. It's akin to a school where the students are taught to resolve their differences through dialogue and compromise, instead of resorting to fights. The principle of pacifism encourages nations to settle their disputes peacefully. Moving to a slightly more complex principle, we delve into the principle of international responsibility. This principle holds that if a state violates international law, it is held responsible and must make amends. Think of it as a classroom where a student who breaks a rule is held accountable and must face the consequences. Finally, we arrive at the most intricate principle, the principle of international cooperation. This principle encourages states to work together to achieve common goals, such as combating climate change or promoting global health. Imagine a sports team where each player has unique skills, but they must work together to win the game. Similarly, the principle of international cooperation fosters global teamwork. To summarize, we started with the principle of sovereign equality, emphasizing the equal status of all states. Then, we discussed the principle of non-intervention, underscoring the respect for each state's sovereignty. The principle of pacifism was next, promoting peace and discouraging the use of force. We also touched upon the principle of international responsibility, highlighting accountability for violations of international law. Lastly, we explored the principle of international cooperation, advocating for global collaboration to achieve common goals. Remember, the world is an intricate web of relationships, and international law serves as the thread that holds this web together. Understanding these principles is like holding a map that guides us through the complex labyrinth of international relations. So, the next time you read a news headline about a global event, you'll have a better understanding of the principles at play. Thank you for joining this journey through the principles of international law. Stay curious, stay informed, and most importantly, stay